Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Heatwave 4! The reheating, where it's warm again. Yay. Whoa. That's fucking sick. Hello everyone, welcome to the Tuesday stream. Sorry for the long intro, couldn't get my microphone working. Turns out, one of the cables was unplugged, but like on the other end where I couldn't see it. So, that took a while. Hello everybody, hope you're all well today. As you might be able to tell, I woke up about 30 minutes ago. About 30 minutes ago. I've been trying to sleep through the zenith of it all. I'm not entirely awake. But before we go into today's ongoings, button! Hello! Also, hello! Here we are. Hello, ducklings. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Craig, good morning, Craig. And congratulations on the first! Sariden, good afternoon. Hello, hello. Galandia, good afternoon. Wait, no, it's Sariden, good morning. See, that's what I mean. Like, I haven't woken up yet. I'm waking up, forgive me. Galandia, good afternoon. Marinara, good morning. Hatchney, good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. MJ, MJ, yes, MJ. No, I'm not calling you MJ. That's wrong. MJM, good afternoon. Hello. Ring Song, how's it going? Krembo, good evening. Aura, good morning. Hello, hello. Malum, how's it going? Hello, hello. Eldu, good afternoon. Hello, Eldu. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm not awake. Why is how do they work? What do you mean is my work to know? You kind of supposed to know, right, Eldu? You're really supposed to know. 31 degrees Celsius here in coastal southeast US. It is 33 degrees Celsius here in the middle of bumfuck Germany. So, why? Blah. Save me. Trying to get a Taiki with tailhair tie combo things. I mean, getting one with tailhair tie is easy. You borrow Yana Mutiki, you go. Getting all the sparks while her having reasonable other sparks, that's the problem. That's the problem. A very confused Spider-Man if that is your fault. Wait, what? No, I get it. No, that one was more. No, I'm not awake. No, I'm really not awake yet. Give me like 1 or 2 hours. I was just scared. I never do this again. That one was better than I gave it credit for, MJM. Sorry. That would be a very confused Spider-Man.
What?
Multi-dreading him to walk the dog for now.
Like my boss Kyer. Wait, he too is German. Are you my boss?
Yes. Go to sleep. 60-70% humidity. It's only 40% humidity. It's only 40%. So, yeah, you arguably have it worse there, huh? You arguably have it worse. So 9 AM and it's already 90 Fahrenheit, aka 32 degrees Celsius. Fuck. Once again, I live in Germany, you live in a desert. Hannah! Hannah! Good morning, Hannah. How you doing? This is as low as it's been all week. We were 89% yesterday. Fuck. That's when you step outside and you just swim upwards, huh? Logic checks out. See, it's very equivalent. It's very equivalent. 70% humanity. No. 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 It's me. Good morning. Thank you. But good morning to you too. Oh, like I can barely get my eyes open. Goddamn. Thankfully the humidity's low, but I still hate the heat. I break out in red splotchy hives when I get too warm. I don't have that problem, but I just don't like it when it's warm. That's my big issue. Aura says it's finally cool enough out for me that for yesterday and today only, we get to open windows and have the AC turn off. Tomorrow it's back to a heat wave. Let's see. What is it for us? Tomorrow we're supposed to plummet by about 6 degrees Celsius. Then it's another degree and then it goes down to like 18. Like today is the bad day. And the rest of the week should be rather okay. Dipping below 20 even. I am looking forward to that. But for today, we suffer. Wow. There's a heat barrier at the edge of every doorway. The metal doors at work were collecting condensation because of the differential. That is when you know you're fucked, right, Mellum? That is when you know you're absolutely fucked. Oh no. Oh. Is 40% not the bare minimum? I don't actually know that. What is the bare minimum for humidity? Is there one? Started raining here, we don't know when it will end, and finally you can exist at night. Oh, I wish. I wish. In the previous version of this stupid heat wave, you could not open the windows even at night, because even at night we did not cool down adequately. However, now it does drop by like half. It's like night where it's supposedly like 15, 16 degrees Celsius, and that's livable temperatures. In other news, I'm catching up on my 5 years without computer game by playing Baldur's Gate 3. That's a good one to catch up with, Eldo. That's a good one to catch up with. Not much has happened in those 5 years, don't worry about it. 29 with 40, ugh. Blah. Blah, Aura. Blah. So everybody, what are we doing today? Can we go to sleep? Can we just like sleep on stream? Like just donk. Can we do that? No? No? Okay. Everyone playing Baldur's Gate 3, meanwhile I'm over here wondering if I should start a Divinity Original Sin 1 run. I know this is heresy, but I prefer Divinity's combat system to Baldur's Gate 3. Remember? I really prefer Divinity over Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes to the combat. It feels weird to say this, and I probably prefer the lore as well. It really feels weird to say this, as good as Baldur's Gate 3 is, but Baldur's Gate 3's biggest problem is that it's Dungeons and Dragons. It is stuck with Dungeons and Dragons mechanics, it's stuck with D&D lore, it's stuck with all of that. And like, you know, fucking, I mean, I'm not complaining if we loaded up some Words with Friends while you took a little nap. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. It's actually nice here at 24 degrees with roughly 90% humidity. What? 90% humidity, excuse me? Are you alright, love? Baldur's Gate 3 uses D&D, which is not a great system, so it checks out, yeah. I will hold that they did the best they could. I'll absolutely tell you they did the best they could with it, but for someone that does not like D&D lore, because it's basically codified awful, and thinks that D&D succeeds because of its players and in spite of its mechanics, not because of its mechanics and in spite of its players. Actually, it also succeeds in spite of its players. They did the best they could. Baldur's Gate 3 is a wonderful game. Absolutely fantastic. I wish it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, Ring Song, I get that feeling. I get that feeling. It's more the fact that BG3 succeeds on charming characters, pretty good player agency, and then combat that feels like it has depth to it. And that is entirely given to the fact that you can shove and throw and like carry and do things like that, right? That's the big thing. Because you can manipulate enemies in such a way, Baldur's Gate 3's combat doesn't feel like the dogshit D&D that it is. Like, put someone into that goblin village in Act 1 and watch them shove goblins off of like the weird roof thingies, and they'll go, this is the best combat ever. But in reality, it is a very, very thin veneer of interactability in a combat system that is marred by the fact that it has to deal with Dungeons and Dragons dogshit hit chances and pluses to hit and trash like that. If you want to see D&D combat done completely wrong, and by that I mean adapted 1-to-1, look at Solasta. I know Solasta 2 is coming out soon, so here's some disclaimers. Solasta 2 is coming out soon, and there's a hella good chance I'm doing a sponsored stream on Solasta 2. So, take all of the following Solasta 1 hatred with that in mind. Because I can not fucking stand Solasta 1. Awful story. D&D combat copied 1-to-1 into a computer setting, which just makes it awful. Low hit chances compared with no planability, compared with like nothing really behind it that isn't point click, see whether the arrow hits. Especially early on. God, I fucking hate Solasta, and I do not understand how people hype this shit up so much. Like, even some of the people that whose opinion I value quite a lot in turn-based tactics, like, think that game's actually good. And I do not understand it. It is so awful. You saw us play on stream, right? Like, we did a sponsored stream for Solasta 1. And the entire opening was just, okay, I narrate my train of thought, here's what we're gonna do, here's how we're gonna do it. Oh, 50% hit chance, let's see whether this works. 50%, ooh, 50%, ooh, 50%. And it's not like I've never built a D&D character before, right? Like, I'm DM'd for 12 fucking years, like I get how you built them. Absolutely god-awful. Absolutely god-awful. Good morning, Alfie. Hope you're doing well. Making sources that his lanky book-holding arms can push even the frailest of Victorian children. Yeah, right. That's the other thing. I will also forever be the biggest opponent of spell slots and limited spell uses per day. It's just not a compelling system whatsoever. But you need something like that to curtail the vastly spiraling power levels of casters in that game, right? Like, spellcasters in Dungeons & Dragons have never once been balanced. Not once in the history of Dungeons and or Dragons have spellcasters ever been balanced. And because they cannot, for the love of them, do anything with a combat system that would make it appealing or a challenge to break, instead of you look at it, sneeze mildly, and it prostrates itself before you, crying for mercy. Because they cannot do that, they have to have dog shit, quote-unquote, balancing attempts, like with a spell you should just perished. Fuck off, seriously. All hail Divinity, for Christ's sake. Divinity 2 pre-rework, by the way. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Linear swords, exponential staves, as they say. Yeah, Marksman. Absolutely, absolutely. It is Wizards of the Coast for a reason. Yo, Malum, get your tinfoil hat. Get your tinfoil hat right now. Yeah, Cosmetic Missile, and that's it for me. See you tomorrow. Exactly. Fucking hate it. Hey, Njord. I continue to be 5e's only fan, and I will die on this hill, and even I don't think that it can be translated to a video game without major reworks. And that's what I mean. Baldur's Gate 3 did the best that they could. Right? They didn't copy everything one-to-one. They copied as much as they could, and then they adapted what they had to. And it's still not great. I mean, BG3 is, but the combat system isn't. Weirdly enough, the combat that they make with it is kind of cool. Thunderwave push off worlds, that's exactly the reason, Elder. It's exactly that. They've never been able to balance casters in that game, therefore they have to limit your interaction with the game. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. I haven't actually played D&D, which is surprising considering the people I hang out with it. Yeah, but you got it right there, Marksman, right? Like, you got it right there. Raw Steel addresses this issue by making everyone be a builder, spender class, and having each combat start with more of each previous victory you have achieved without resting. See, that's one way to do it, right? Like, I've not played Raw Steel. If you manage to do that without all the classes feeling samey, then yeah, there you go. There is one problem solved then. It also means that all of your combat kind of has to be a bit protracted because you need to give people the time to build or spender, right? You can't just have, and here's 3 goblins, chonk, 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 done, they are. Which is the worst kind of combat you can make anyway, right? What if D&D systems but solo and with less character customization? I mean, it's hard to come up with character customization that is more than your imagination, right, Marksman? It's hard to make a codified, like, computer-based customization system that is anywhere near the realm of human imagination. So yeah, every character customization will always be less than what you can do if you make up your own character and then draw your OC Do Not Steal. I've all the 600 hours in BG3 and only finished it once. As much as I love BG3, I've never finished the fucking thing, actually. Act 3 is anathema to me. Act 3 is absolute anathema to me. Not only do I not give a shit about actual Baldur's Gate, I honestly think after Act 1 the game just goes downhill. I legitimately think after Act 1 the game goes downhill. Like, pretty harshly. It's just that even at its lowest, it's still pretty well done. They generate their resources different ways and every class has multiple ways to generate resources. See, that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, Marksman, exactly, and that's the only way that you can play it properly, huh? BG3's characters are fun, but at the same time I hate how the hair shows up. I don't know if it's just my PC, but it ends up looking fuzzy and wrong. Ow, Warframe hair is riding, huh? I feel like it takes away a lot of the things that I feel would be integral to D&D, the interaction, the wacky OCs. It is certainly a huge part, Marksman. You're absolutely right, yeah. It does take those things away. But that is exactly why I don't think BG3 is D&D but solo. BG3 is a computer adaptation of a Dungeons & Dragons story told within the universe. But it's not a replacement, and if it tries to be, not a good one, but it doesn't try to be that. It is not a replacement for, like, a pen and paper session. Because of exactly the things that you said, right? Like, you do not have the interaction with other people. You do not have, like, the wacky characters. You do not have the DM that desperately tries to tell you a story while you desperately try to, like, shag that barmaid over there. It does not have the, like, tense die roll moments where you roll something and the entire table freezes for a second and waits for the outcome of it all. Like, all of the things that make pen and paper gaming, not just Dungeons and Dragons, all of the things that make pen and paper gaming good cannot be in Baldur's Gate like that. That's why, for example, my best quote-unquote playthrough of Baldur's Gate was the playthrough I did with Lucky. Because we did have multiple people sitting there, like, hoping for good die rolls, hoping for, And even then, those moments didn't come to pass because the system rolls everything for you. There is no hold your breath, wait for outcome. There's just, here is a combat log that is as well done as it can be, but, right? It's a wonderful game. It's not pen and paper, right? D&D but solo just can't be coded in a computer. I fervently believe that, Eldo. I fervently believe that. But actually, you know what? No, it can be. D&D but solo is just depression, right? And Fuga 1 exists. With a D&D rulebook and spending 3 hours to roll attributes for my main character in Yord? Oh no. Hannah says, regretfully does have the tortured DM. It just happened in the past and ruined the lives of countless writers creating failsafes that surely nobody would ever manage to find a way to trigger. And how did it trigger week 1? That is less the tortured DM and more the head of writing, right? But honestly, here's the problem, Hannah. Here's the problem. If I can't see the misery in their eyes as their puny story crumbles around them, then is it really worth it? To an extent, the writers in Baldur's Gate 3 kind of remind me of Darkest Dungeon a lot. You remember the Darkest Dungeon quote about, like, when you walk into a trap? Curious is the trapmaker's art, his advocacy unwitnessed by his own eyes. It's that. If as a DM you can't see your players looking at you and going, what the fuck? Then, have you really ever DM'd? Something special about cursing your dice or breathing onto them to bless them? Or to execute them in the garage if they've betrayed you too long? Yeah, that's why I play Warhammer. It's called writing a book. It's called a Bookie of the Year Off. Self-insert fanfiction effort. Hell yeah, you got it. I did gift away my infinity dice. They knew what they were. They knew what they did. Less gift, more like exchange them with a friend. So now they're cursed. This is why one of my deepest regrets is that I've never played a tabletop RPG in person. We can change that. The meta battle between intrepid players and the rapidly adjusting DM. We talked about DMing like the other day, right? And like I told you, hey, I don't like this adversarial stuff where it's like the DM versus the players. Like, you're all supposed to come together to tell a story together, right? And I fervently believe in that. It is that. But simmering just underneath that surface, unwitnessed by the outside observer, there is a mild competitive spirit waiting to break free and wanting to show your players just how much they're going to enjoy actually suffering through this shit. I'm a tactile guy. I love me my minis and props and terrain. Even for in-person D&D, we never did terrain and minis. We never did this for in-person anything. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be entirely honest with you. A lot of the like miniature setups in like little dungeon tiles and everything always felt like them trying to upsell you on shit that you never needed to begin with. Every system since then that has implemented shit like this, it's always felt like you could play this with dice and like a good imagination, but what if you had little fucking minifigures to move around a table together with this pen and paper RPG? It's always felt like a cheap fucking upsell, and oftentimes they're not even that cheap. There is an argument to make your own stuff, but sure, the original intent for these things was never that you like make your own stuff. It was always, we can sell them that shit. I already play Warhammer. I don't need more of this, right? Like, I already have tens of thousands of points of Tyranids. I don't need to buy, like, little tiny fantasy minifigures. I mean, we'll have those too. It doesn't matter. But, don't need that shit. Like, even now when we do pen and paper, like, online, I'm not a map draw guy. Like, if there is something complex that I need my players to understand, I'll, like, draw something up. But other than that, you're not getting a map from me, right? You're not getting, oh, this creature is exactly 10 feet away from you, that is 2 squares that you need to pass through. Like, fuck that. I tend to strip out the combat system of anything we play anyway and just go do, like Apocalypse combat anyway, right? So screw all of this. There are games where you can't do that, obviously. I think Lancer is a pretty good explanation, a pretty good example of that, where if you were to strip out the combat of Lancer, and replace this with, like, real-time narrative combat, I think Lancer would be a bit shit. But that game is also trying to be balanced around its combat, whereas if you remove combat from D&D and do narrative instead, that improves D&D by about 80%. Theater of the Mind Lancer, yeah. That's gonna go well. Hey Tally, how you doing? Hello. Somebody who vastly prefers grid fighting, I will draw a smiley face on this eraser and enjoy using that as my mini. It's funnier this way, yeah, exactly. I enjoy grid combat too, just not D&D grid combat because it's awful. The follow-up, still important though, Sir Raiden. Still important. Wish you didn't have to go out into the heat like that, but hey. We've used dungeon tiles, 3D printed characters, and some monster talking in our sessions. Tally, I struggle to look at that and not go, yeah, you fucking sucker. Dungeon tiles, you had to buy those. 3D printed characters, that's all shit that you had to buy as well, right? Like, if you didn't have to buy the characters, then you bought the printer for it. Like, none of this shit is necessary. The original appeal of pen and paper gaming was that you didn't need this crap. You needed pen and paper, and preferably players, or demons living in your head that you could play with yourself, right? And then if you were a DM, the only thing you really needed was an intense desire to kill the loneliness within yourself. So much so that you'd stand sitting there with X amount of other people ruining your setting for hours on end. That's the original appeal of it all, right? So when I see like, oh, and then we use like these tiles and these characters, like, that's just, you know, glamping? When people go camping but they bring like 50 million tech things to it, and then they ruin it because like, this isn't camping anymore, this is just being outside. Like, it's that, right? It is that. It's so... I struggle looking at the way that you are having fun and not going, peasant. Which is obviously also not great, because, hey, I'm glad that you're enjoying your sessions, I'm glad you're having fun with it. That's the important part of it all, right? Stop having fun, yelled the Care. Did Care say glamping? That's what I said, yeah. That is what I said. I'm having fun by playing essentially a board game with role-playing dispersed throughout it. Absolutely. I don't like all of this extra bullshit around it, right? I think all of that is nonsense. But there's a reason why you and I aren't playing in the same groups, right? Like, different groups for different people. Different roleplay groups accommodate the want of their players and their DM differently. If you get 3-4 people together that all want maps and figures and you're all having fun like that, then more power to you. Right? Let not anyone over there begrudge you of that. The groups that I play in, we either universally like don't want / don't need stuff like that, or we have people that accept that we don't have stuff like this, like Hannah, for example, who likes grid combat. It's weird, like, as a turn-based tactics player out here to be going like, hey, all of this grid combat sure sucks ass, Yeah, I saw it, Malum, I saw it. Malice. But sadly, my DM loves minis way too much. Ugh, nah. The only thing I love about minis is showing other players DMs my character. Yeah, we call that commissioning an artist. I introduced 6 people into D&D 4 years ago. Now 4 of them are DMs of their own campaign. I feel proud. Nix. Forgive me. But that's like saying, hey, 4 years ago I sold crystal meth to 6 people, and yesterday I caught them on a needle, all drugged out in the corner. My heart swelled with pride. Aww, one of them finally OD'd. Like, that's what that feels like to me. Like, "4 years ago, I insulted 6 people to the very core of their being, and 4 of them have still not made it to therapy." Like, 4 of them are self-medicated at home while counting the tiles on their ceiling. You know? Like, that's kind of what this is. Maddie, you are the best duckling. Hello, Maddie. Have 2 personalities, roleplay is the most important part of any RPG, and oh, that fucker killed me twice, it's on. Morphs into shrimp and leans forward. Hell yeah. The reset, you mean, Saran? Go to 20 to the horse game? Hell yeah, see. I have 5 games a week. Oh god, I lived through that, Nix. I lived through that. Like I said, I'm a forever DM. I've been DMing for many a year now. I had a period in my life where I had like 4 to 5 games a week, yeah. And I was a player in exactly none of them. Currently I'm on 1 game a week. And then every couple of weeks there is like 2. But most of my campaigns have concluded. There is one that I'm supposed to be a player of, but like, we're not really playing, are we? So, I need to actually play a campaign for my friends now that I think about it. What, do you not like them? Like, there are easier ways to get rid of your friends, Maddie, right? Like, one of them is called murder. I went and took someone, totally without... Oh, yeah, I see. Like, I don't really know what happens when you lose a character yet, but from everything that people have been saying, I surmise that they're perma-gone. I don't appreciate you all talking about this openly, but I guess. I fucking guess. Can't kill everyone for spoilers all the time, huh? My friends can be bribed with badass spears? Like, horizontally or like vertically through them? I figured I had these friends long enough. Time for a new set. Time for a new set. Alright, everybody. Alright, everybody. Jason! Hello, Jason. Hope you're doing well. So, first talking point for today. No, this was the first talking point. I do want to talk about something else with you all, though. We have a changelog for ducklings. After this, currently I'm on a 0.2 games a week because on my 3 campaign, one of the DM got tired and stopped DMing. On the second, my character has been dead for 5 sessions and the DM does not want me to make a new character. On the last one, I'm having fun playing advanced D&D. So the first one is dead. The second one, your DM's being an asshole and making you show up to a campaign that you don't get to play in, I suppose. And the last one just feels like a lie. I DM for advanced hero quests for my dad on a cousin. Had fun, I enjoyed making histories up. Making histories up, like... See, here's the thing. If I want to make up stories, we don't call that D&D, we call that having a child. Like... We already do that, right? Even more games is to DM them yourself. That's the sad truth, Nix. That's the sad truth. Now, please stop peddling your drugs to my audience. I do not need them hooked too. But you're right. You're entirely right. Ken say good afternoon. Hello, hello. Alright, let's go through duckling changes real quick, shall we? Let's go through duckling changes real quick. Here's what we got. We now have a lower amount of ducks overall. That's mostly because on the right side, it spawns less ducks so they don't overlay with the high scores anymore. Doesn't matter, we've never filled a board, and I do not see us ever doing that either. Which is fine, by me. If we ever get that many people at once, then you'll just have to fight for your space. Second, doesn't matter. Third, leaderboard names now get smaller, so Maddie actually fits onto the leaderboard for once. Hurrah. Fourth, there was a bug in healer targeting. It has been fixed. Behold. Healers are now targeting correctly. Hurrah. Lowered power multiplier for healing from times 5 to times 3. We nerfed healers by what, 40%? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Next up. Whoop. Bosses are now forced to be warriors. So you can't be a healer as a boss anymore. You do change back to your previous class upon being defeated. Boss damage and kills do not count towards leaderboard anymore. Dealing damage to the boss or killing the boss does still count for leaderboard. That means I can just make people boss fights now without them inflating the stats and just instantly getting first on leaderboard anymore. Hurrah. All chat messages are now rendered above all nameplates. Hurrah! So it's less funky now. Milo also fixed the bug during the death sequence where I randomly got yeeted off the board because I typed while I was despawning. There's a couple of other things. Exclamation mark stats has been changed to exclamation mark duck stats. Kills has been changed to takedowns because, I don't know, like, I didn't like kills. I mean, that's what it is, and I'll call them that, right? But, like, overall, I think I want to call them takedowns instead. It's duck stats. Duck stats. Woohoo! God damn it. That should do it, effort. We put an S at the end. My dude, where are the horses? No horses today, teased. No horses. Schedules on Discord. There's nothing to do in horses at the moment. Champions Meet isn't happening, right? So we're not horsing today. Instead, we're playing Dice Gambit. Ah. We'll be taxing you all on your limbs. Hannah out here playing out the plot of Execution's Fun, which is a song that most of you have never heard of before. Still grad from a frontrunner. Yeah, I did that off stream as well. Same thing, same thing. It's just not really interesting to do on stream. Like, the weird thing about playing Uma on stream at the moment, I'll be honest about this, right? Like, I don't fake having fun on stream, so we can talk about this really quickly before we start the proceedings of today. The weird thing about playing Uma on stream right now is that the things that are fun to play in Uma are also the things that don't get me anywhere, right? So we can, like, boot up a random horse run that people want. We can have everyone vote on, like, hey, run this horse. However, universally, those are runs that do not benefit me on an account basis, right? Like, I don't care whether we finish this Daiwa Scarlet run outside of the run itself. And that's exciting and entertaining to play through. But I don't, like, what I need to do is, like, spark grinding. And spark grinding isn't fun to watch. Because it's just pressing skip a lot, right? Quest to make Silent Suzuka a great end closer. Don't have a Silent Suzuka, why would I do that? Like, here's the problem, right? Any racehorse you make is gonna last you maybe a week or two. So that end closer Silent Suzuka is gonna be irrelevant in a week or two from now, and then I'd have to do it again. You do that for your favorites. And that means there's less chat interaction. That means I just do the one thing over and over, right? That's not interesting. Like, you think you want to see that. You don't. Like, you legitimately don't care. You don't want to see that. And make a medium runner that doesn't suck. Have you seen the Golshi I made? Here, hold up. I'll show off the fucking Golshi real quick. Hold up. Sorry, I'm still waking up. There we go. There. I'm running mad. The game doesn't have emotes, oh no. 21 speed under? Sure, whatever. Medium S, every skill I would want. This is actually like kind of exactly the skill list I want. Yeah, having tail health high in there together with like ramp up would be sick. But not feasible because I didn't bring any of those and I don't have them on parentage, right? I don't think I can fit a Yano Muteki in there without severely compromising the stats. So we're just running this. I realized after grinding for decent sparks on Ryan for like 8 hours. Yeah, exactly, that's the problem, Teased, right? Her unique is not very good in the current meta. Her unique is fine, the trigger condition sucks. Being exactly in 6th position means that you trigger Iron, and then you need to move forward to then hopefully trigger Redshift, right? Redshift needs to be within top 3. Which means one of your accelerations just gets delayed. Like, your accelerations are just gonna get fucked because of it. It's really, really bad. I would much rather play Shooting for Victory plus Redshift, because at least those can trigger relatively early on in last together while you still need the acceleration. Everyone in the mother's playing Golshi, so being 6th is RNG at best. It really is, huh? It really is. Is Nemesis good on Golshi? Nemesis isn't good on anyone. Nemesis isn't even good on Naruto Taishin herself, Nix, let alone on anyone else. Fuck Nemesis. Here's the truth of it all. Here's the really, really easy truth. If you want to know whether a certain unique is good on people, if it's a generic velocity increase, it's probably not good to inherit. Done. That's it. There's 2 exceptions. Empress Divine Might and Triumphant Pulse. And even those, I would argue, are not priorities to inherit. You just kind of take those if you can. Most generic velocity increases are kind of just either blah or flat out bad. Yeah, that's it. Power skill is bad to inherit. That's not a velocity increase. This is something that Affit uniquely does. Affit uniquely hears me say something and then thinks he's got this like gotcha moment where he takes a thing I like and go like, oh, so you're saying the thing you like is bad? Maru is an acceleration unique. Like, and then every single time he tries this, by the way, he's not got this once in all of the years he's been here. Every single time Affit tries this, like he fucks it up because he doesn't actually understand what I'm saying. It's infuriating, by the way. Every single time you've done this, it's fucking infuriating. I hate it. So Maru's skill is bad? No, I said velocity. Every generic velocity skill is bad. Like, not velocity unique is bad to inherit. It's bad that I still don't really understand what Golshi's unique actually does. Golshi's unique gives her velocity mid-race. Which means it's much easier for her to move up the field from end closer to get into a position where she can't be blocked. That's what it is. That's all it is, by the way. Anchors away is just Golshi now goes faster. Horse moves up, exactly. That's all it is. Horse now moves forward. But it happens directly in the middle after AI unlock, which is exactly the time that you want to. Anchors away is fantastic. On her, not on anyone else. It's fantastic on her. Because it helps her actually get where she needs to be. If Naruto Taishin had something like this, damn, that horse would be cracked. Naruto Taishin is fine. Not on this CM, but soon. If Taishin had like a mid-game move like that instead of like god-awful Nemesis, damn, you can inherit it. It's not worth inheriting. It's not worth inheriting. Do not do this. So if you don't know what happens when you inherit a unique is a base cost of 200 skill points. That's incredibly expensive. Even at cost reduction, base 200 is incredibly expensive. Also, it makes them less. So for example, I don't actually know how Golshi's changes, but fuck it, I'm gonna look it up just as an example. There. So Golshi originally is 6 seconds of 0.25 target speed. 6 seconds is incredibly long, 5 seconds is kind of normal, 4 seconds happens a lot too. A 0.25 is in the middle of them all. Why is this so long? Because this is what she uses to confirm overtakes. It's an incredible thing. When you inherit it, it's 3.6 seconds of 0.05. So a fifth of that. You're not even gonna notice that shit. It is a third of other velocity mid-game skills, while being almost double the price of most of them. Do not inherit generic velocity skills, like velocity uniques. Most of them are end anyway, and most of them are so negligible in what they give that they're absolutely worthless. Remember, you're not just paying for a skill that does something, you're paying points that you could pay for something else. We're not doing horses today, continues to talk about horses. We're still pre-game, Tally. I get to do what I want pre-game. In fact, I do get to do what I want. And let's be honest, I was always going to talk about horses somewhere on this stream. I might as well do it now. I did not hear the velocity plot. I was sincerely wondering if Redshift was too soon become obsolete or something similar. Yeah, Affid. Inherit Maru on everything. Maru is like the number 1 or number 2 unique in the game over and over and over, repeated for the last 2 weeks over and over ad infinitum, means that yes, Maru's skill is bad to inherit. That's exactly what it is. Like, it's not the thing that I say the most. Like, God, I wish my model could roll. Like, she can roll her eyes, it's just my camera doesn't pick it up well. I don't think so anyway. So during the game you won't talk about horses? Right, yeah, yeah, you can think that, friend. You can think that. Hichi, hello Hichi, good morning. You will build a Honsen game, that's correct. I mean, we literally have Haru Urara in game, huh? The day's been good so far. We're back in the heatwave, Hichi. The heatwave has re-emerged, so I am suffering. But I'm also finally waking up. That's the other good news. Ready for yet another day? God, what's the opening line to that song? Hold up. I wake up in the morning at 11:47. I can't believe I have to face the horror of another fucking day. That's what it is. And it's like that. It's 15 degrees Celsius. Teased. Can we switch? Thank you. I'll take that any day. I'll take that any day. Sorry about the heat wave. It was you. You made it, Ichi. You did it. I'm too hot. See, that's the confidence I want to see. Hell yeah. That's it. Nah, like overall I'm fine. Overall I'm fine. I'm very tired today. That's the biggest problem. I'm very tired. Well, that's mostly because I tried to sleep through the heat and it didn't really work. It didn't really work all that well. I'll return with foods. Oh, I would like food. Heat wave, not Hichi wave. Yo, I'd take a Hichi wave. Yo, a Hichi wave would be fancy. Enjoy your lurk, Hichi. Stay safe, okay? Can't wait until your setup's complete again. Fancy? Yeah, fancy. Would be pretty cool. Pretty nifty, so to say. Good news, it's complete. Well, the cable has arrived. The cable has arrived. I hate losing shit during moves, by the way. I haven't moved in many a year. But I lost like I lost so much shit. Like when we finally moved. Some of it is in a box in the attic, obviously, but ugh. Annoying. Annoying. Alright. So. Zoop. Oh, just in time. Just in time. She's about to fall. There she goes. Hi, Hannah. Case moving to where? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It was Marksman with the fireball in the pond. Well done, love. You hung on a lot. Down with the monarchy. All right, everyone. So, plans for today. Plans for today. We talk about horses a lot. Other plans for today. We play Dice Gambit because I really want to. That's what we do. Oh, there's an update. Hold up. Wait, there's an update. Ooh. Wait, let's see. We're focusing on stability and balance issues. Infirmary and recovery facility. Base cost increased from 25 to 30. Cost per level decreased from 20 down to 5. So the base cost goes up, but the level cost goes down a lot. Recovery facility stamina amount increased from 25 to 50. So they now recover double the stamina. This is still kind of iffy, right? I will hold that the one thing I don't really like about Dice Gambit at the moment is the stamina system. Infirmary cost per level decreased from 5 to 2. So the recover facility, as we've seen it so far in my little chapter 1 playthrough, has been not worth it, right? Pay 200 or something for basically no effect. This seems to address that. We'll see how this works once we're in. I'm still inclined to say that this sucks. But we'll see. XP required per level decreased. Okay, so leveling is easier. Price per level decreased. In combat training felt entirely worthless. But fine. Relation XP for expedition completion increased. Easy, medium, and hard expeditions. Okay, we get more relationship points. Restoration pod encounter. Healing changed to now be 25% of the character's maximum HP. What was it before? Because I felt like we healed for 12 in it or something. Health of the last 2 final fights have been reduced. We're not even getting there. Okay, that seems to be it, right? Having to send the rookies out always ends in pain, and while I usually bring like 2 regulars with 2 rookies for the end of act, I send all the good ones, which forces at least 1 rookie only out next act. It's something that I didn't like in Darkest Dungeon, like the need to have to send out the morons. And while in Dice Gambit the impetus to do that is a different one, it's you others need to recover, not you need to do lower level missions. You know, I don't know. The stamina system so far feels like the weakest part of the game, but it feels like it exists because there wasn't another hook to get you to make new characters to then run and level. Right? This feels like there had to be a way to force you into making new characters and then leveling them. I don't particularly like it. In DD2 you don't need to send out the idiots, right? DD2 is a game that's vastly inferior to its first part, but no you don't. But that's because DD2 is kind of bad. I mean, I don't like DD1 either, but that's a personal thing, not because it's a bad game. Having the XCOM problem all over again, although it probably didn't start with that. It is kind of the XCOM problem all over again, right, Marksman? It's not the XCOM problem everyone thinks about, because when you say the XCOM problem, people go like, oh, 95% hit shot, and then that makes me want to slap them in the face. But yeah, it kind of is, right? Like, how do you make people interested in not just having the same set of characters throughout a playthrough? How do you do that? I would argue the relationship bonuses of, hey, new recruits get bonus stats could have been enough, but at least not an age system. I really hate those. Yeah, that would ruin the entire game for me, effort. That would then immediately make me not want to play the game. As I do this more and more, I've realized that there are just flat out some mechanics in video games that make me not want to play them. like age-based character generation, which is one of the reasons why I don't play Digimon Worlds, like most of the Digimon Worlds. I just don't like that shit. Resource exhaustion, which is why you don't see me play Gloom or Frosthaven. There are just make or break mechanics that if your game contains these, I will not be playing it. And that's just a part of that, huh? Alright! Let's go Dice Gambit. Whoop! Continue! Continue! Last time in the Inquisition.
Raring to go, my liege.
Where are we at? We have like some stamina. So we're on the first make or break mission, right? Like we're still chapter 1. Uma be damned. I'm playing too much Uma, that's the problem. It's hard not to jam through that song. It's hard not to jam to like any of the songs in this game. Music direction in this game is fantastic. There's a bit of a trickle-down stat economics. There really is, Elduia. Craig, you are the best duckling. Well done. Let's send them. Oh, we send everyone. Oh. Oh, this is all hands on deck, huh? Okay. As Zoe makes their way to the Dicha power plant, the towering structure keeps getting bigger. Black smoke is pouring out of the giant chimney, leaving an unnaturally sweet smell in the air. Ah. Commander Zoe, you're finally here. The reactor is completely swarming with chromatics. Ugh, I can feel that venomous aura from all the way out here. I hope you're ready, Commander. This mission will not be easy. Aye aye. Very well. The fate of Neotalis is now in your hands. When you get to the core of the reactor, I will contact you with instructions of how to stop the explosion. Should I be doing that? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to shut down a nuclear reactor, does it? Just follow my orders, Commander. No more fiddling around. This whole ordeal is giving me a headache. I want it resolved as swiftly as possible. That was weird. All right. Where are we? Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Sure. Let's go escort a little drone, I suppose. This is gonna go well. This is gonna be awful. This is gonna be absolutely awful. Ah! Master Inquisitor, perfect timing. We have another important delivery for you to complete. Oh, it's always the same text. Okay. Huh. That sure is a lot in a very small room, huh? Wait. Oh, Chrono's a shutter bug. I forgot we made Chrono a shutter bug. Yo, Chrono looks fucking fancy with that flag and everything, huh? Very, very cool. So we do want to profile, but we don't get to profile, right? We really want to profile, though. What if we, like, really try to roll for profile? What if we really didn't get it? +4 free movement on battle start. I have one that says +7, Galondia. I love drone escort missions. I don't. That's the fun part. I do not. These don't even die. That also doesn't kill. Huh. Huh, indeed, huh? What if... We don't even break a barrel like that. We really do nothing, huh? Damn. Hey, Frab, how you doing? So we can't single skill any of this. And that hits the drone. That's wonderful. The drone's chilling. Okay, now the drone's happier. That's wonderful. That's exactly what we needed. Cool shutterbug turn, I suppose. But now everyone else gets to act. Saraiden. Saraiden, give me something good. That is... not it. Or is it? Is that it? Is that the change we want to see in the world? Honestly, it kind of is, huh? That's the most amount of devastation. Hello, Technophobia. And then we really don't need these. But I don't think we get to roll anything out of them that matters. We did. This feels weird. This feels exceedingly weird, because this one kills, and then this is now dead to us. And we're stranded all the way over there. Alright, Zoe. No choke points. What are we doing? What are we doing with our life? We need to get this drone going. That's the important part, right? We need to get this drone going. We can flat out start with this. Clear up the area so that the drone can move somewhere. Probably best to do it like this. If we step back one, I reckon we can do this better. Yeah, there we go. Ah! Hiya! By autofall. Oh, the barrel explodes next turn. Self-explode for 21 damage. Okay, never mind then. Wait, all of these are ranged. Putting down traps does nothing. We can put a trap down there, I suppose, because we know they're teleporting onto that tile, but that's all. That's all this is gonna do. Huh. That is mildly problematic. And now we're going to take a gazillion levels of damage. Huh. Little drone. That sure was cool. And now it's more damage taking. Haha. At least that worked. Alright, Chrono. I've got a wonderful target for you, Chrono, if you'd be so inclined. You are not so inclined. Alright. Ducklings. Behold! A vanishing act. Very cool. Very cool. Might as well throw that there, huh? The car revolution is coming. Wait, the cars? Neffy, this is Seraiden. Seraiden's dodging a lot today. That helps. Oh, the general dodges. Wonderful. Dude, again, I blinked. I'm sorry. This is awful. What do we need to keep? Not this. Throw it, throw it. We do get to Technophobia. There's at least that. And then after Technophobia, I just realized this. Oh, no, we're outside of explosion range. We can still dash to the other one. And then we can still get to... We still do get to gain some level of armor. And then Zoe next to the little robot that can. Is benefit of befriending the idol? Yes. Go. And then the little machine went. And then we rerolled 4 movement die because what the fuck, Zoe, what the fuck? I know you like to move it, but not like that. God, this is nothing either, huh? Oh, we found one, I guess. Aha! Barrel. One package delivered. So it loves to push things into a pile and moves it? Correct. Correct. That does nothing. Seraiden is dodging all of the things. Do you have like... You have 10% dodge at most, lady. Why are you being so dodgy? Why are you being so dodgy? There's nothing, huh? I'd much rather have Zoe clear that out, I reckon. Just get a turn before most of these. And that way we don't scatter them. Like, this looks tempting, but really it isn't. What if we reroll these? Kind of exactly not like that, unfortunately. That's precisely what I didn't want to see. Fine. Yep. Go, Seraiden! Go forth and roll less like that, please. That's not better! That's not better at all! We can just dash through this guy. That does solve that specific issue. But we don't have a kick for the drone. We do not have a kick for the drone. So Zoe needs to do that. Well, we can just let it, right? Like, all it needs to do is get over there and it can do that by itself. We could also kind of stop there. What is it we're missing? We can Fearless Provocation. Hiya! Okay. That worked. Pan! Hello, Pan. How goes Dice Game? I don't know. The answer is really, I don't really know. How are you today? Parcel. Yeah, it's the same one as last time, okay. It's an interesting response. Well, I mean, we haven't really done all that much yet, right? I've barely been awake for more than an hour. And we haven't done anything in-game yet. So, I don't know. So we have a harem? No. No, not at all. Get an additional suitor when marrying. Okay. Level for Saraiden. What do we have? Oh. This is probably the other side that I think is kind of weaker. The level ups don't feel all that great. Like this, like weird, like this feels like this is a good level up. But most of the level ups we've seen so far have like minus this, plus that, minus this, plus that. Like, these don't feel great. Blah, you know? And even then, it's really hard to make, hey, gain some percentage points to make that feel interesting. It is power gain, but it feels like it's inconsequential power gain, right? This has negative stats. It has trade-offs. Yeah. It has trade-offs in level up. So sometimes you'll have 4 different ones that all say, hey, minus a stat plus another stat. Do you mind Uma questions? Should I save those for another time? I appreciate you asking, Tease. That's very kind. Now throw them out. Throw them out. Show me what you got. Like, we had a game a couple of, like, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where it was exactly only Uma questions while I was trying to play something else. And that was annoying, but that was mostly my fault. Evasion somewhat feels more powerful than it actually is. It feels a lot more powerful. I don't know. So, like, what are we doing with Saraiden? We're debuffing on Saraiden, right? So we want buff power. Which means we're almost universally taking evasion buff power. Chrono. If you roll things you don't care about. Yeah, there we go, right? This is what I mean. I find it really hard to give a shit. If your thingy says minus dice power, I'm never picking it. Ever. There's no universe where you ever want less die power. This is like the stat. Actually, another one that I would never be picking is minus movement. Those two shouldn't even exist. On the other hand, though, 7 die power, minus 3 crit chance. Sure. Right? I can see myself picking this. Same with buff power. But, like, it's so... I don't know how they did this. It feels lackluster and also annoying at the same time, right? Like, a lot of these are too small for me to give a shit about. But at the same time, the fact that some of these are, like, small minuses are still feels bad. Minus movement sounds really painful. Yeah, you're never picking it. Like, I think we're taking top option, right? Fuck the crits. Die power is really powerful. And then Zoe isn't leveling. It's an unfortunate level structure. It's one of the weaker things about the game, yeah. At what die power infills do you get another die? Every 10, Ring Song. But every die power that you have in between stacks up inspiration. So let's say you've got 55 die power. You get 5 die, and then you get 5 times 10 inspiration. So you get 50 inspiration. Every time you get 100 inspiration, you get another die. So the in-betweens aren't lost. They just add up over turns in the form of that inspiration buff that then gives you a new die. If this girl, she would need a rerun. Oh, that's what you mean. Sorry. Hold up. I'll look at this real quick because I told you that it was okay, Tease, but I don't want to do like in-depth stuff where I have to look at things right now. Yeah, you're minus 100 stamina. The recovery skills might save you, but like I do not like the stamina at all. That's brutal. But damn the skills though. I see why you want to keep this. Run her to calculator a couple times, see whether she runs out of stamina or not. Like, Go Home Specialist might save you, but Put her into the calculator with a debuff nature. See what happens. That's what I'd recommend. If she makes it through, keep her. If she runs out of stam, then all of those nice things are sadly for naught. Which feels awful. There's only one class I might take, a minus movement, even then I need to get something I really want to exchange with, which happens almost never. Not taking dice power feels always terrible. Yeah, not taking die power feels like it's wrong. It's just too good. I'm surprised how little damage we took in that encounter, by the way. Very happy. It's mostly because Seraiden kept dodging like a motherfucker on 7% chance. I'm taking the long way around. I reckon we do have the stamina to take whatever hell we want, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hell yeah. We can do whatever we want. What we don't want is too much combat. We're kind of sparing Haru because I need to put Haru into the final mission. Okay, A, this looks like a Hades level. B, oh no. This looks incredibly painful. Wait, are those all moving forward? Are we just on a giant-ass conveyor belt? We're on a giant-ass conveyor belt, aren't we? Cool. Cool level design, wait. The energy in the fatigue system confusing me, the fatigue in particular. Confuses in you don't understand them or you don't understand why they're there. Because in one of these regards, we agree. I also don't know what... Well, I know why they're there. I also wonder whether they needed to be there. Okay, Chrono can't kill shit, dude. Legitimately can't kill anything. This is awful. Really not good. But you don't get why it's here or how it's calculated. Every fight is minus 50. Or what do you mean exactly, Ringsong? Every fight you do is minus 50 stamina, like minus 50 energy. And it's just kind of exactly that annoying. But we do get to delegated pain here. Which is exactly not... Do we want to delegated pain here? Yeah, it's just minus 50 every fight. I don't think it's particularly good, if I'm being entirely honest with you. I don't think it's particularly good. I mean, Del Pain doesn't feel like super great. But we'll see. That feel better? It really doesn't, huh? We don't need any movement. We've established that. Ah. You see. What if we didn't do that? Oh, you know what? One thing I forgot is that... There we go. I had how it lowers your stats during a run. Yeah, I don't like it either. Like, the entire energy system is a bit, you know... If not misplaced, it doesn't feel great. That's... Okay. So much for that. Like, the big problem is that it just doesn't feel good. It's less about how it's implemented and more that, like, whatever. We hit, we gain armor, and then we have too much movement. And then everyone moves up. That is very fun. That is very fun. Cool plasma burn. More cool plasma burn. We're getting our armor stacks. What happens with the extra dice you have left over if you end a turn? Do you get inspiration from that as well? No, you don't. Extra die are just left over. You can't do anything with them. I mean, that's funny. I wasn't thinking. Love that. And then what do we do after that? We just start whacking them. We just start playing whack-a-mole. To whatever extent we can. Oh, we can hit one more. Bonk. And then we move back. Because Chrono does not have a way to armor. It was like 8 barrels on the belt. They got dragged to the end. Let me tell you, the boss didn't like eating 8 barrels of fun. Understandable. I like this layout a lot. This layout is cool. I sort of get it in a don't depend on one super unit sort of price, but it's a bit heavy-handed. So, for example, even if we went in on like full here, right, into this mission, we have how many fucking tiles to go through in this entire dungeon? In part, that's my own fault, because I did go, hey, what if we went big dungeon mode? But it feels utterly awful getting nuked down during a run because you have to make it through. If the stamina system was instead like expedition based instead of fight based, this would be ever so slightly different. It still wouldn't be fantastic, but it'd be different. Instead, we have this. These are the two things I flat out do not like, right? We can, and it's fine to go like, hey, I think this game is great, but these two things kind of suck. Right? There is no 10 out of 10 game. Those don't exist, right? Every game has something that's odd about it, that's off about it. Every now and again you critty. That's pretty cool. That actually felt fantastic. That felt great. Oh, and then that moved us next to the barrel. Never mind. Anyone become last in the debut race? I just managed it with Air Groove. Yes, I've done that before. You've hit something really painful for me when it comes to grading games. Oh, what is that, Krembo? What is that? Hiya! Full? What else do we do? I kind of want to keep one to see whether we can roll a sword out of this. We could not. But we do get to just armor up here. I realize that I rate games on a scale from 1 to 10, but like I never give a game 10 because it feels like hubris on my part, who am I to suggest a game is perfect. Everything less than 6 might as well be a 1. I see that leaves 6, 7, 8, 9, so I could theoretically use an out of 5 system instead of out of 10. But then 7 out of 10 sounds much higher than 3 out of 5, right? It doesn't. No, it doesn't. I don't know, Krembo, like, as someone that uses out of 10 because if I don't, then Twitch kills me. Like, the amount of times people have come in and went like, hey, how much do you rate this game out of a 10? Like, I was forced to use that for my evaluations. That's the only reason why I do use it. Because it's easy to communicate. I don't have that problem. Like, I don't feel I have that problem. Most of the industry does exactly what you describe, right? Anything under a 9 is automatically a bad game, as far as the industry is concerned. But if you use that, like, properly, it shouldn't cause that issue. It just flat out shouldn't. So no, I don't think anything below a 6 is automatically a 1 at all. We can move into that. We can lean into that a little bit, right? Ah, explode. I recommend against the 7 is it is a good game, but I won't recommend it. 8 is I will recommend it to relevant people. 9 is I recommend it to everyone. But then you're not grading a game, right? Like, what you're grading is, like, how much you would recommend this to people. There's a difference. Like, there's a difference in that, you know? Like, you can extrapolate off of the quality of a game. Like, you either rank the quality of a game or you rank, like, how much you would recommend this to people. There are a lot of games out there that are absolute dog shit where I'd go like, hey, quality-wise, this is like a 4. But, like, I'd recommend playing it because it's so bad that it's funny. Like, where do those games fall? Like, inherently, you're trying to measure 2 different metrics and then complaining that your measuring system is broken. Like, yeah, duh. There's a bit of bias in all of this. I mean, there's a bit of bias in every rating that anyone has ever done, Freb, right? There's some weird psychology with 7 out of 10 looking bigger since it's larger numbers, even if it's technically lower than 3 out of 5. I mean, it's like the funny American joke about like a quarter being less than a third, but the 1/3 being despised and people wanting the 1 out of 4 because it seems bigger, right? Like 3 out of 5 is 0.6, so it's less than 7, yeah. With Crembo on this. There's no being with Crembo on this. This is just math. Here's the thing. Whenever you make a rating system, or whenever you use a rating system, you have to, like, A, know what your audience is, and you have to make it for the lowest common denominator within that audience. Done. Right? In other words, if your main business is pandering to stupid people, IGN, then your rating system needs to pander to stupid people. As everything below a 7 is a 1 becomes true because you're talking to morons all day, right? Like, those are the ones that click you. In reality, if you apply like an out of 10 scale correctly, none of this should happen. Math isn't real. Have you ever met a number? I haven't. Well, joke's on you. I mean, no, actually, you're right. When people rate games according to numbers, they always factor in their own bias. That's not what we're talking about, Ringson. When people rate anything, they always factor in their bias. Like, because rating is subjective. That's not the point. Saying, hey, when people rate something, it's based on their own opinion isn't like a moment you got there, right? But the conclusion that you come to is what I do as well, right? I've long since not given a shit about written reviews or the game media, all of these stupid assholes anymore. Instead, just look at the thing in motion. Streamers exist for a reason, right? Because we're lonely and have mental issues. But the plus side, the upside of streamers existing, is that you can just see the game being played, right? And then do that. Exactly what you're saying. That's how I handle them too. When you kill an enemy, excess damage is transferred to the lowest HP enemy with a 6-star. This is broken, no? Wait, this is broken. Wait, hold up. Stop. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Everyone, stop what you're doing. This is just broken, right? Are you assuming this chains? No, I'm assuming I have a skill that kills like 20 enemies on a map at once. And then every single one of them goes the boss fight. I'm assuming if I kill all the ads in a boss fight, then the boss fight also dies. What else do we have? Let's read the rest real quick. Whenever an enemy is exposed by this character and they die, gain 1 Strawman. Deal 10 damage to exposed targets within 6. Is this like a skill that you throw? Interesting. Apply 13 exposed and kill bounty. Roll 2 die when killing this enemy. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fucking fun. Oh, I want that too. But we're taking the overkill combo. That is a good question, Krembo. We'll have to see next fight. We do know that the big overkill attack is really hard to get off, right? Target an ally within 10, granting them I don't care. Gain 14 armor, then strike an enemy within 2, dealing I don't care. Run to a tile next to an ally within 10, dealing 10 damage to all enemies within 1 tile of your path. Grant 10 to you and all allies next to you in position. God, I don't give a shit about any of these. Cool. I need a unique on Zoe that I give a fuck about. That's the problem. Unique skills on Zoe have so far been really, really bad. You encounter a slot machine with Victorian's face plastered on the screen. A pile of gold is lying on the ground below. Whoever had won last must have ran away in a hurry. Thank you. Take the gold and scurry away like a coward. I'm not gambling. I play gachas. I'm not gambling that. When damaging an enemy, whacking a nearby opponent up to 5 times also works with profiling. Yeah, that's funny. Is Zoe still using a megaphone? We still have it, but we're using it a lot less than we were before Ringsong. Is Victorian the acupuncturist in disguise? I hope not. I hope not. That's these two, huh? Mostly stamina related. I can tell you. Everyone's taking a bloody break after this one. We're going on vacation after this one. So we can't kill anything here unless we get to cast the skill twice, which we don't. We don't even get to cast it once. We need to roll exactly an attack. Oh, we do have the little shits there, damn it. I should have done something with that. Never mind. I should have done something with that. Huh. No, don't crit the barrel! And then she just dodged the explosion. The end. Okay, fine. Be that way. Fine. Be that way, Zoe. Never mind. Never mind. Here, we'll hit these like that. Get rid of some of the range damage. Call it a day. The corrupted abilities or whatever they are, how does the game decide someone gets that purple stuff on it? They don't, it's a die symbol. So one of the sides of your die is that corruption symbol, or the chromatic symbol, or something symbol. And it can be used for any of your abilities, it can be used for anything. But when you use it, it adds 1 to the bar at the top. That's how that happens. Did Zoe just outskill an explosion? That's exactly what happened. Can we do it again? We cannot right now. Wait, I'm stupid. So this does not kill. How do we kill? I wish I could see range, dude. So. Look at that. Look at all the random damage about to happen. There. Yeah, it does work everywhere. Every single one of them does damage to someone around them then. It just so happens that none of them are in interesting positions, unfortunately. But that's okay. So now all the little shits are gone. Let's stop doing that. Yeah, it's this here, the chroma icon. This facing here. So can be used in place of any icon, but will strengthen enemies for the rest of the expedition every time you fill this meter. That's how that works. Honestly, post-nerf Megaphone is so much healthier, dude. As in, I feel much less inclined to use it. Much less inclined to use it. What happens to these teleport points now that the little guys are dead? They still resolve? With some sort of random debuff? No, 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 no. It's exclusively that. Nice explosion. Love to see that. Oh, yeah, they do still resolve. Would you look at that, huh? That's funny. So Chrono is our chaff kill. Chrono kills all the small stuff. You know what we really want on Chrono? We want Bloodthirst, and then we want the convert 80% of armor to power. That's what we really, really want. I don't know whether we can roll that, though. Reliably, that is. Give me... this. Oh. How dare you live? How dare! We're just gonna yell at that. I take the free movement and then we just roll all of this. We just roll all of this. And then we get punished for it. As much as I do love this trap, it's not super widely usable, huh? Like, it's a really cool defensive tool. Because it does that. But it's not, like, that good. Hit him. Easy. Love the Shutterbug outfit. The flag spear. Very Joan of Arc. Onward. Money! Money! Stuff! No! No, Sylvia! Okay. We're about to get daggered. Oh my god! Hi, Sylvia. Please stay away from me. Sylvia, random daggers and explosions. What if more enemies? Honestly, that's on me. We selected plus 100% to all enemies per map. It's hard to judge the game's balance based on my stupid decisions. Right? Alright, Zozo. Show me what you got. That's not really what I wanted to see. That's less what I wanted to see. That is what I wanted to see, even less than what we already had. Nope, that's inside. More yelling. We even get to yell again, huh? What if we could make it over there? Aha! One down! We can get more. This barrel? Oh no! We can get more! I forgot they move. I thought they moved in the other direction. No, they're coming straight for me. Become. No, Sylvia! You bitch. Sylvia, I dare you. Do exactly that. Cease, woman, cease. We need to go into this. Like, hard. Look at this. This duelist. Best of all, the explosions don't count for our kills. Really? Stop rolling like that. Awful. I don't even want that. All right. Finally, something. But that's all. That's all we have, right? We have nothing else. I'm gonna step over there. I don't want to move anymore. I want off this wild ride. Now everyone moves. My god. Come to me. Come to me. Yeah, you can hit Sylvia on the way. I don't mind. Oh, she's powering up. We do have 114 armor, so I feel like we're gonna be okay. I feel like we're gonna be alright. Hiya! Hiya! Beautiful. You know what? Cool. Perish. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. We also have them taunted now, which doesn't super do anything considering we don't have electrified armament. We're lacking like the retaliation part of this AoE fest. Oh no. Please miss. No, she hit me, never mind. Ow. She's making this close. She's making this very close. However... Ah, almost. Almost, come on. Give me something. That's not something. Wait. Reroll? I forgot we had another one. Hiya! No, you were supposed to walk through that. Oh, you little... That's not where I wanted to be. Nope, never mind. I was trying for it. Yeah. There's some damage. Seriously. The S in Sylvia stands for sniping. Plus 8 damage already. Uh-oh. Okay, and then she missed everything. The S in Sylvia stands for stupid. Mwah. What do we need? I need exactly one sword, please. That is exactly one sword, please. Really? That didn't kill you? There we are. Alas, that's not fair. Next time I'll definitely beat you. Bye-bye, Sylvia. Oh. Money. Experience. And now we're a playmate. We just unlocked Berserker. Hehehehe. We also got stamina. The exhaustion system, I swear. Alright. Ooh. So we're never picking any of these. Ever. Fun trivia fact. Her surname is Adisha, not... No! Though that has no bearing on the gameplay. Correct! Absolutely correct. Do I value 1% evasion over 17 HP? That's the real question they're asking me here, right? That is the real question. Do I value 17 HP over 1% more evasion? No, I do not. No, I do not. Money? So we've got 11 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yo, we're gonna play the entire loop. Oh my god. We're gonna be so out of energy by the time we get anywhere, dude. We're gonna be so out of it. Oh. Oh. Doing a little freeze. Okay. This could be good. Chrono, just give me the perfect roll. Yo, Chrono tried really hard. Hold up, Chrono tried. No, I need this on. Okay, this could have worked. I hate that these barrels absorb hits, dude. I hate that these barrels absorb the hits that were rightfully meant for our targets. Can you actually run out of energy before the boss and not reach the boss? Absolutely you can. But what happens then is that you use 15 energy per tile that you move. Or 15 like thingy. 15 of the fuck you resource. Well, this is certifiably awful. I love rerolling the entire tray. That's my favorite thing to do. That's something, I reckon. We might get moved into the explosion. We got moved into the explosion. Bakum. Chrono. What Chrono really needs is a better way to roll. That's kind of all Chrono really needs. And then something to do with profiling die once we're done with them. That's the other thing. We could also probably target a barrel turn one and detonate every barrel on the map, huh? That just came to mind. We should probably do that instead of trying to like mediocrely hit some of these idiots. It's gonna blow. These down. Do we mind? Ah! Just so happened to have rolled into it. One forward, one more armor, and then we chill. Aha, sucker. That didn't work. So the traps don't move, huh? Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't like it. I do not. Hold up. Ah! Not in range. Boo. We'll just do that. It'll be fine. Okay. Zoe, there's 2 idiots in front of you, and that's it. That's all that's left. Well, in front is a strong word. I don't like these barrels to go away before we move there, but how realistic is that? How realistic is that? Nope. Not messing with any of that. We're just gonna move into this one. That has got to be okay. That has got to be alright. Ah, of course. And this is why finding an attack that uses a movement die is so powerful, because you end up rolling these all the bloody time. Just finding something to convert movement into actual damage is doing a lot. It's likely gonna be more. And the middle chill here. What are they gonna do? Hit me through my armor? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Never mind. Can we... Awful. Awful. Oh, this isn't much better. What the fuck? What is this? Dude, come on. What is this trash? Okay, Chrono, you got this. Kill him dead. Disclaimer, Chrono might not have this. Thank you. It's one fucking windbag, dude. Oh. Gimme, gimme, gimme. We're getting really good levels on Chrono. That's the good news, right? The good news is Chrono is getting all of the levels all of the time. We're on 59 dice power, so any plus dice power is insane. Plus 7. Minus 3% evasion, we always take that, right? We always take that. Because that's what Chrono needs. Chrono needs better consistency. We need to get into profiling easier. This makes that happen. Gain 49% off your turn. Interesting, the first time an ally within 4 attacks gets armor each round, give them 20 more armor. Whenever an adjacent enemy attacks you, strike back, dealing 50% of the damage you took! Hell yeah! Woo! There we go. Oh, I was supposed to go up, wasn't I? Never mind. Oops. I mean, we can still go up. Let's go up now. Screw it. I want to take less combat anyway. But I do want to take events. Retaliation exists. There's also a skill called Electrified Armament, which I've been looking for, Ring Song, which does exactly that. We're not doing that. But we have not seen its like since. Okay, these are actually super worth picking up now. Before they were kind of iffy. I'm really tempted to not take combat, because every time we take combat we go like, huh? Energy question mark? But I think we take one more and then we go boss fight. We take one more. Yeah, that looks about as bad as I thought it would look. And everything is coming at us. Everything's coming at us. Alright, Chrono, with your new found powers of deduction, stop rolling like that. Awful. That is almost better. Instead, it gave us nothing. So we have 6 temporal daggers, and that's it. You know what they say? Happy Naifu, happy Laifu, I guess. That's just Chrono now. Let's get off this wild ride. I believe in Saraiden. I believe in Saraiden supremacy. Somehow. Somehow technophobia will get us through this. Somehow. Technophobia is not getting us through this. Uh-huh. 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 Somehow technophobia will get us through this. And now we just need to find a way to live. That's easy, right? That's nothing, right? Just chill here. What's the worst that can happen? Ah, the explosions! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The powder keg's gonna blow! Death by 1,000 tiny knives, that's exactly what it is. Come on, dude. This can't be that hard. Go. If I cast this, we perma upgrade them, right? Do I need to cast this right now? The answer is no. No, I do not. But it's so hard not to. It's so hard not to. That doesn't even kill one. Wow. Well, one goes down, I suppose. We do still have the random damage. It's just not much. A plasma burn gave us 6 armor. Good dodge into more plasma burn armor. Cool, cool, cool. Delegate pain is nothing here. We got 1, 2, and 3. And through there, and that's it. Wow. No, just no. Once again, hello movement die, please stop. Cease what it is you're doing. Can I make the explodey guy run away? No, they do not run away. And that does nothing. So I need to run Saraiden away, otherwise we're taking damage there. Speaking of taking damage, that's exactly what we're doing. Hello. What do we even have? The answer as always will surprise you. Nothing! God. What do you do when you roll like this? Oh. I guess we can dash through here and then we're stuck on the other side and like, no. No, there's just no value in that. There's just no value in that. I'm glad we didn't go profiling there. But other than that... Huh? No, it still does that, never mind. Give me knives? Well, give me 1 set of knives, that should be enough. There's the random damage again. Unfortunately, not enough to get us through. Because no one does anything at the moment. That's it. That's the best we have. Theoretically, if this one rolls into unique... Oh! Oh! Oh, never say never. There we go! Whee! 1 in 6, baby! 1 in 6! It's a lot of damage taken, though. That's a lot of damage taken. And we're so low now. Yo, Saridon level? Saridon level, whenever you apply a status effect to another character for the first time this round, gain 41 inspiration. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh fucking no. Yeah, give me that. Uh-oh. That is going to be devastating if it works the way that I think it does. Latter. Did we just not bring Haru? Legit, we do need to bring Chrono to this, right? We do need Chrono for this. Dauber, that's new. I don't think Haru ever did anything in this entire run. Ahem! Commander Zoe, do you hear me? Over. I hear you, over. Good, now listen closely, Commander. I won't be repeating myself. See that floating container, Commander? They hold cores for powering the reactor. You need to break open the container to get to the core. They're quite sturdy, so you need to give them a good beating. You must deliver it to the reactor in order to prevent the meltdown. There are 3 backup cores. You need to get them all transferred to the reactor to get it up and running. Ah. Seems like the vermin have sniffed out your scent. Don't let them stop you now, Commander. Oh. Oh, this is going to be bad, is what you're saying. Oh. You're the Link summoning? That's rude. Why do they get... If Chrono rolls well right now... Hold up, Ducklings. Hold up. If Chrono rolls like halfway decently right now... Please, Chrono. Please. Fuck it. Get him. Okay. That wasn't what I wanted. But that worked. And then this isn't in range to throw, is it? I can already see that these Daubers have like really annoying support stuff. And we do need to contend with these guys. However... The Raiden? That does work, huh? Okay. That does just work. We'll likely just do this twice. Not for the inspiration. But simply for the debuffs. Alright, Zoe, make me proud. I need you to do things. No one else has done shit so far. In... I have a feeling these Daubers are going to be the main problem here. But also I don't want these to run through. So let's reroll these. That's exactly what I was looking for. Does this still explode if I kill it? He screams for he does not know. We'll retaliate. I'll temper him with a nuke. Remember the mission in Rogue Trader where a reactor is about to explode and level the planet early on in Act 1? That's what we're doing. This is devastating. Just flat out devastating. And not much else. What was that? Oh, it's making more stains. Okay, that's all it is. It's just making more stains. Cursed. I have no idea what that does. Things are just happening at the moment. You will take 26 damage when this expires. What the fuck? Huh? That is a lot. That is just a giant amount of damage. We need to kill these things. I don't even know when that shit expires. Oh my god, beautiful. Hell yeah, Zoe, let's go. Desperately need armor on Neffy. That's not Neffy, that's Seraiden, for Christ's sake. Plasma burn. I think we're just rerolling for armor, huh? We didn't get any. What we did get is the ability to fuck off from here. This is technically armor, but not in a way that matters. Okay, that got it out. I keep saying the difference between generators and reactors is that reactors explode. They do violently react. It is true. Do we have enough? We do have enough to interact with this. So the good news is we do get to do that. The bad news is it's still twice. Okay, this feels just so much. Wait, did Megaphone get nerfed again and again and again and now it's no damage whatsoever anymore? Did Megaphone get nerfed again? Because I know they nerfed it once for release. It feels like they might have nerfed it again. This is kind of nothing now. So we can finally not take Megaphone. It kind of feels right to not take Megaphone anymore. A shame. Yeah, you do that, honey. Eat damage. And there are the curses expiring. 1,000,001 of them. I really dislike these things. Another big guy, huh? God, things are just happening. I don't feel like this fight should feel like it's a fucking drag, but this is an absolute drag. I'm just sitting here watching things happen. And not in a fun way either. Ugh. Go? That's not it. But we're also not like really making progress. Is it drag mostly because of the wizards? Yeah. Okay, so how do we do this now? I reckon we need to walk onto that tile. And then we reroll all of this. There's a magic pixel there. That magic pixel matters not for damage, it matters because I need the additional inspiration. Aha! Beautiful. Honestly, I kind of just want to be over here. Hi. Alright. It's a bit of a shame that we're all like on the same side here. Oh, come on. Thank you. Very kind. Let's reroll first, huh? What do we even reroll? The one time we do need movement, we get none. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Honestly, just hit them. It doesn't matter. Just hit them. And then we armor. The less wizards, the better. What's the third skill you have? Profiling, Chrono? I think it's profiling. Okay. That's cool and based of you. And now 50 million things while we wait for something to happen again. The fast forward button, by the way, could be 4 times as fast, and this would still feel like a drag. This is like not great. We need to do this a lot. Oh no. That's what the shields are for, huh? Okay, pass all your reactor cores to a nearby ally. What? Oh, fuck off. What? Oh no, we have the core now, right? Okay, I thought we'd have to like play the passing game on this. No, no, no. We just have it now. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That is okay. I thought this was a like throw them kind of deal. What if we rerolled for exactly... Need to keep 1. What if we then didn't get that? That'd be cool and based, right? What if we didn't get it even after multiple tries? Wouldn't that be even cooler? That'd be so much cooler. We're just chilling here now. We're just sitting there. We'll let Neffy deal with that. Meanwhile, Zoe just deals with all of this shit. Slowly but surely. In this case, very slowly, but sort of surely. If we reroll these, we might luck into something. We might not. It's okay. If we don't luck into anything here, that's still very fine. This is the first turn I'm happy with. You can also yeet the core, but it's optional. Didn't look like that. That was a lot of burn. Okay, so I was hoping it would teleport it back, but that was always going to be like that. See? That was always going to be a gamble. I hate these very much. I will just keep making more big idiots. Oh, there you do get to throw them. You do get to throw them. Okay, I see. So we can put Zoe in the middle and then just pass cores over to her. Like, what is the second attack? Throw the core to her. And then profiling doesn't do anything for us here, right? But we still kind of want to. But it's just not gonna provide anything. One big issue we have is a blatant lack of single target damage. Normally that comes with a trade-off. Normally if you lack a lot of single target damage, it usually means you have like a lot of AoE damage or a lot of everything else. It never feels like we have anything else. It just doesn't. That's obviously a build problem, not a game problem. This could be cool. This could be cooler. You're burning down, right? Slowly but surely you're burning down. Let Chrono walk over there. Let Neffy deal with... this is Neffy! Christ! This is Sir Raiden. Why? I keep doing that. Let Sir Raiden deal with this. And then Zoe sits in the middle and like plays the passing game. Oh. Or do we play the passing game at all? Huh? Huh. How do we hand this in? Do we just walk next to it? Yes. Can we throw them in now? That's the other question. Didn't feel like we could there. This one's a bit YOLO. I did nothing. That's to be expected. Oh, that's fine. Okay, no more curses unless these fucks respawn. But we're still gonna take a million here. It really is spawning one big guy a turn, huh? Did you just dodge the curse? Yo, Sir Raiden's... What the fuck, Sir Raiden? What the fuck? Like, did you just dodge a curse? Is that it? That does not die next turn, huh? Okay. Oh, the core adds to the fucking chroma saturation. I just only noticed that. I just noticed that. Okay, we need movement and we need a sword. We did not get that. We got movement. And we killed the guy. That's wonderful. We killed the dude. And now we get to dagger this. Then we pick that up and we yeet it over. And then on the other side, we get to tech phobia this. Then we get to hit this, I suppose. And other than that, we just chill over there. And then I get to ask a very funny question. Oh no, never mind, I'm stupid. Was like, where's my end turn button? Where did it go? We had another inspiration die to roll, that's where it went. Short notice, Dawn of War 4 was at Gamescom. What? What? Did you just say Dawn of War 4? Did you just say Dawn of War 4? What? Why'd they skip 3? What happened to 3? Why'd they skip 3? Okay, in a less funny way. Woo! That's huge! What the fuck? That is gigantic news. We're keeping that. Wait, who's making it? Hold up. Who's making it? Why did we skip 9? That's also a good question. It's actually kind of important. Who's making it? Dal 3 in another timeline? Yeah, the darkest timeline. Yo, Zoe, I believe in you. Just tank these motherfuckers. 7 because 7, 8, 9. Da, 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 da. I don't know, like, Dow 4 is huge. I really should be at Gamescom right now, right? So, fun fact, Gamescom is happening across the river from me, right? Like, it's... Getting to Gamescom is, like, it's right there. Like, it's right there. I actually got quite a few event invites. Like, hey, you're a content creator, like, visit our booth at Gamescom, do this, do that, right? Like, I got quite a few of these, which is really fucking humbling. Oh, we can't do that unless we're in range, huh? That's a shame. But... Going outside is scary, so I didn't. But I really, really should. I really, really should. Zoe's still not in range. But she could be if... I should use this movement. But I have to throw this at something, and I don't want to throw it at this barrel. Let's throw it at that barrel. No! Fuck! 4 factions here are the Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons, Adeptus Mechanicus? Huh? Admech? King Art Games, they made Iron Harvest. I don't have an opinion about them either. Wasn't Iron Harvest kind of fucky though? Or am I misremembering? I might be misremembering, in which case let me know. Yo, this is kind of hot. What plasma burn you got there? Iron Harvest was a bit jank. Yeah, okay, I did remember correctly then. This gets us Exactsies. Actually, I don't want Exactsies. I want this core. That's what I want. We have the core. Core get. And now we're going to explode. It will also include Last Stand, which was a fun way to play with some friends in DAO 2. Ooh, Last Stand. So what did they say about it? Like, we're not doing the DAO, the forbidden unnamed game shit again, right? Like we're actually making like an RTS. Did they use the words esports at all, like in their presentation? Did they at any point say esport? Because if so, we can already start getting disappointed. Like we can start early. This is a trailer. Okay, so nothing specific. I mean, that's fine and to be expected. Ow. Get retaliated upon. Okay, retaliate I'm a big fan of. I read a random article posted 2 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, I'm really tired of all these RTS billing themselves as esport opportunities first and like actual interesting games second. So, Have you seen the panning that Stormgate got? Now that Stormgate's fully released, God, the campaign looks like trash, dude. It's another one where they didn't explicitly say, hey, we're esports first, but man, that campaign looks awful. I do want to just pass this off, huh? We will get to do exactly that. If we just step closer. There we go, that's Zoe sorted. Still have movement. I do want to be out of here. I don't want to be in the middle of all of these idiots attacking. Because Zoe can handle them, but no one else can. So let's just deal with that. Let's play Tempest Rising. Tempest Rising was fine. But the big selling point of Tempest Rising is the soundtrack. I don't know, Tempest Rising, the theme didn't do anything for me. Like, I used to play a shit ton of Command & Conquer when I was but a young lad, and it is fantastic for that, but I think I need like something that's not that in terms of theming. It's just not all that interesting to me in that regard. We could throw the core. We're going to. That's a status effect. Love that. Love that that's a status effect. Monster Hunter 14 collab announced. Hype? Actually, wait, really hype. When French is writing the campaign lore, is he good? No idea. Isn't he a Warhammer writer, though? Didn't he write like some Thousand Sun stuff? He wrote the Araman book, so he's probably decent. I haven't heard moaning about those. Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about those either. Or two. Looked it up, it's King Art Games and the Steam page is already up. Yeah, people have already said that. Oh, you were busy looking it up, I see. Yeah. I know nothing about them. Like, yeah, Tempest Rising, but that's it. Don't walk through... Never mind, that worked out. I'll take it. We're still gonna get whacked with the AoE, right? No, we're not. Interesting. Such a big hit, dude. I only recently found out there are Pathfinder and Musume card packs. I mean, Shadowverse. Yeah, for Shadowverse 1, however, so right, and they made Shadowverse 2 and it's awful, so Shadowverse is dead. And 1 isn't worth going back to. So, really, they didn't. I'm gonna try to yeet the core into the reactor and see what happens. It did work. Ha! Commander Zoe, you did it! A damn fine job! The alarm's still ringing, though. A screen is lighting up! What is this? Initialize distraction sequence? What does it say that now? Initializing? Those damn scientists said it would be no problem once we got the core delivered. Should have never trusted them. Those smart types always out to trick you. Don't trust a person who needs a formula to solve a problem. Ha! I've never needed a formula in my life. There's nothing strength and experience can't solve. What about the distraction sequence? It started counting down, huh? 5, 4, 3, 2. So this is it, huh? Oh. Huh? Commander? Is still alive? I think that took 5 years of my lifespan. That's inconsequential, Commander. Inquisitors rarely live past 30 anyways. How come the explosion eradicated all the chromatic, but you were somehow unaffected? Very interesting. Nonetheless, Commander, good job. Go on, go back to your estate. I'll meet you there to give you a proper thanks for your service to Neo Talus. I need about a week of vacation for everyone now. Still shiny cards, yeah. It's true. Connection established! Aurelia Adicha. Impressed by your tactical might, Aurelia moves away too fast for me to read the rest. Unlocked... Gunblade? Huh. 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 Interesting. Scandal. Aim 240-degree 5 tiles long cones at a flexible angle up to 180 degrees and apply 9 exposed to enemies in each cone. Gain 1 free movement and 2 might for each unique target hit. Oh. Fire a blast towards the first 3 enemies in up to a 9 tiles long and 2 tiles wide line, dealing 6 damage and applying 11 exposed. I don't care about that either. Remove all stacks of exposed from targets within 6 tiles and gain armor equal to double. You know what? We're probably just taking cancelled. This converts movement, and that's our biggest problem. Also, Megaphone sucks now. I love Scandal. Armor, die power, initiative. Die power, initiative, right? Die power, initiative. That's a lot of init. I wish this screen was slightly faster instead of going through the animation slowly but surely. So Raiden! There's init evasion. Evasion buff power. We do need more initiative on people that aren't Zoe. So like, I'm all for this. All right. That's a lot of stuff. It won't matter because we'll use most of this up in trying to heal everyone and relax them. As Zoe finally makes their way back to the estate, the peace and silence washes over them like a comfortable blanket. Zoe allows themselves to simmer in the welcoming feeling for a while, but a question soon disturbs the peace. Isn't it too quiet? The slamming of a door and clanking of armor quickly diverts Zoe's attention to the subject now standing resolutely in front of him. Commander Zoe, I couldn't find that gutless servant of yours, so I had no choice but to let myself in. Oh no, Stecky is gone. Ah, the wretch probably ran with his tail between his legs. If he were my servant, I would give him a lash for every meter he managed to run. Good idea. Of course. The Adichie estate has the most obedient servants. But enough about that, we're not here to discuss our households. I'm here to salute you for your great valor in protecting our beautiful city. The citizens of Neotalis might have been blissfully unaware of the immediate doom that awaited them. And thanks to you, they're none the wiser. It's a noble's job to make sure our subjects are always content. The only thing they need to worry about is tomorrow's work. It is a thankless job, Commander. But today, I will be here to tell you that you have served Neotalis well, like a true noble. To show my appreciation, I'll allow you to attempt the Adichie Soldiers Academy. It's an invaluable gift to be able to learn the venerable Adichie combat arts. I expect to keep seeing great results from you, Commander. As the clanking of Aurelia's armor fades on the distance, a deep silence falls over the estate. A silence made more noticeable by the absence of the talkative Stecky. Well, the show has to go on. Okay, so couple of things first. Zoe. We now have access to Berserker. Driven by the hunger for action, the Berserker will charge whoever they see fit, with little regard to their own safety. There's Bloodlust in there. And there's Gunblade. The Gunblade is an agile, close-range controller who excels at pushing and disrupting enemies. Well, that's what the hook stuff is, huh? So what's the next thing? Sleepy. What's the next thing we want Zoe to do? Because I feel like Gunblade works. All I want for Zoe to do is gain armor. Gain armor and move around. So, here's a question. Electrified armament, right? This thing. I know it doesn't just live in Inquisitor. I know Vanguard also has it, right? This is also in Vanguard. We didn't get this either in Inquisitor nor in Vanguard. Do we still have a way to get this on Zoe? Because we can't just stay in that class, right? We're not getting anything from the class anymore. Do we even have a way to get this still? Or do you basically have limited chances to roll the skill you want out of a class before you then have to move on? I guess we just go Gunblade, but I would really like to find like more defense classes. You can get more skills from Vanguard as you level? Okay. Dash between 5 to 7 tiles. All enemies hit take 16 and are pushed 2 tiles away from the center of the dash. Emit a barrage of fire and a 150 degree cone with a range between and spawning flames. Okay. Knock back all other characters within 2 tiles, 5 tiles away from you, dealing 16 to all. We'll take the dash over Megaphone, but I don't think we'll need it. Also got juggler skills even if she's a Zerker. That's because they have overlap in them, Eldu. That's because there is inherent overlap in between them. It's kind of color-coded that way. Alright, let's go infirmary, people. Infirmarying isn't even the thing I'm worried about. What I'm the most worried about is this shit. And it doesn't even reflect there. That's so annoying. Technically, we only need 2 people ready to go, huh? So if we get these 2 ready, then the other 2 can rest. I still don't like the exhaustion mechanic. I think the exhaustion mechanic is kind of poor. Possibly radioactive shrimp. That's wonderful. Radioactive shrimp is absolutely beautiful. This is what we could be getting. Alright. What do we have? Plus 10 die, minus 1 movement. Brutal. I kind of want it, but not like that. Plus 30 armor, minus 30 attack. No, plus 30 buff. See, this is what I mean. Like, I don't want any of this shit. I don't want any of this. Ugh. And we start below 100 buff power to begin with. Minus 200 HP. No. Like, the answer is just no, right? I do not like this. I do not like the, like, ups and downs of this entire system. Honestly, we're skipping that entirely. Then for a signature, we have Dagger Storm, which I don't care for. Wild Accusation. Target up to 4 enemies in a clump within 10 tiles. Apply 6 exposed and 4 weakened to them. Okay. Or kick a nearby enemy 3 tiles away, dealing 8 damage if they're pushed into a wall. Apply 23 stagger. Stagger is once stagger is higher than their health total, they get stunned. Wild Accusation, I guess? Whenever you roll armor, gain armor? Okay. And then... name? Hold up. This one... Ring Song. It's you. Aha. Easy. That one was actually quite easy. There we go. Now we just put Ring Song into the academy, and then we're gonna be fine. I mean, you're just gonna learn Inquisition 101 first, right? And then depending on what you pick up in here, we decide what we do with you. But I already know which passives I want you to learn. That's the worst part. I already know what I want you to learn. Teleport another character within 5 tiles up to 5 tiles away from the caster. Deal 13. Honestly, I'd be down for a position. Yo? Okay. Okay. That's pretty nice. That is very, very nice indeed. So what is the, oh. A ladder? How long has this been here? To the Inquisitor Knights. To the Knight. To the Inquisitor. I've caught your little spy snooping around my operations. Meet me on the 10th of April at Galatria, Gustavo. Or I'll be feeding your spy to the pigs. Aye. It has to be Stacky, right? The 10th of April is in 1 week. Better not let Stacky get killed. So, tomorrow, we have to go deal with Stacky. But for today, we get to free roam. You would just leave him for dog food? No, I like him. I don't want him to hurt. I want to keep him. Let's go here. And then Zoe plus Ringsong. We get Ringsong some XP. We could also leave Ring behind, let them rest real quick and get Chrono in. We should probably do this first, right? That way everyone else gets to rest up and they're already at max. Everyone's resting. Visit enemy 2. I'm pretty sure it says allies specifically, so no. 14. 1, 2, minus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 13, 14. Okay. That's exactly what it is. That's what we're running. We're taking the long way round. That does not really help, does it? I mean, I guess we're in full health. I feel like you get more stamina for rest now. I mean, they changed the button from 25 to 50, but I don't know about actual stamina. You're just a varnish and a stain. Okay, just normal stuff. Okay, how does cancelled work? Blast towards 3 enemies in up to 9 turns long, dealing damage or playing exposed. Okay, so I guess that was nifty. I guess there's a universe where that was cool. They're also clustered. I love that retaliation just... No, that didn't work, huh? Whenever an adjacent enemy attacks you, okay. It still pops up, it just doesn't work. It's funny. And we get to re-roll almost all of this. And we get to re-roll almost all of this. Didn't find it twice, that's cool. Oh fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. Hi! How are you doing today? Cool! Carve, carve, carve. Okay, Chrono, all you need to do is you need to deal with one fucking stain. That's all you need to do. That is it, Chrono. Can you? Yes, you can deal with one of them. That's beautiful. That actually does quite well. 190 armor. 178 armor. Wow, just crunched, huh? Why did that do so much damage? Is this just... The extra damage equal to stacks next time they're hurt. Okay, that's why that dealt so much damage. Retaliation was half of what we took, but then we ate them alive. Okay, alright. Alright, 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 alright. Yep. That's the skill. That is, it is him. Yep, that's it. That is it. That is the skill. Now we spin and then we wean. Finally. Finally we spin and wean. Oh, that was lovely. That was absolutely lovely. I enjoyed that quite a lot. Quite a lot. Ah. I didn't enjoy my dumbassery though. We can make up for that. Oh wait! Wait. This now checks whether the enemy dies and then goes through afterwards. Yo, that's a big change too. Oh wait, Blade Barrage might not do that. But I'm pretty sure this one didn't do that either. That's pretty cool. Nifty map, next. That was cool. And now we're hoping for cool passives. That's all we're looking for. And what do we get instead? We get die power armor? Die power armor feels normal, right? Yeah, that's okay. If only you had these stats most of the time instead of them just randomly decaying off of you for the stamina system, for the energy system. Chrono to full. We're just taking every node on the right side. In we go, big guy. Oh, I love Rush Hour. That's a good track. Ooh. Actually, I've yet to see a bad track in this. Oh my god, we got so close. And then we didn't roll it at all. No, we don't get to do the thing, huh? I understand. It's still gonna make me sad, but I understand. Throw, throw, throw. Here come the guys. Alright, Zoe, let's go. Blah. Blah. But what if not blah at all? What if that? Also, what if this? And what if that? And what if we did that again? But like so that Chrono didn't get the shit smacked out of him, huh? Here come the ranged attacks. We need to learn how to parry range attacks. That's what we need to learn. Goodbye. Aha! Okay, Chrono, make me proud. That's the amount of die we want to see. See, you almost had it, friend. Like you almost got there. You almost got there. Try again. Try again. You did it! I'm so proud of you. Get him. Yep. Every now and again, it just works. I forgot I put a trap there. Never mind. That's on me. I forgot I put a trap over there. Gambit is a fun class. Honestly, I like all of them, minus Translocationist, because I got the tethered passive, which makes the Translator not do what it is supposed to. I would like if you didn't like mention classes I've not seen before, Elder. Like basics of like backseating 101. The only reason why I'm not like, super mad at it right now is because we've seen Translocationist in an event, but I've not seen the actual class. So like, you know. Do not. Oh my god, did we need to critty this? No. Is it funny as fuck? Yes. Do we get to do it again? I love this skill, dude. Let's go. Yeah, okay. Alright. Windbreaker. Funny name, funny skill. Big fan. Very big fan. Sometimes you're just gonna break wind. Back to Chrono. Back to rolling like that, huh? I think we rule everything here. Perish! Filth! I thought he had my bad. I got an Act 1 and thought he would too. Yeah, I didn't. Like, don't. Whew. It's too late, right? Like... No, this would have been beta feedback. In my head I was going over what are the chances that they remove the stupid stamina mechanic, but like, no, the game's released. We're not in early access, right? Whenever you apply a status effect to an enemy for the first time, yes. Well, no, that's the one that grants exposed. But that's also still good, right? Apply 15 exposed kill bounty to a random enemy on the map at the start. This is also great. Hit dice. An exposed by this character dice game on Strawman. Okay, so all of these are great. I like all of these. Whenever you apply a status effect to the enemy for the first time each turn, grant them 12 exposed. That means if we apply exposed, that still happens. But that's really not what we're doing, right? What we're doing is we're profiling and killing people with that. Hopefully. So... is that what we should be doing? We need a better unique for Chrono, that's for sure. Let's grab the kill bounty thing. That's always going to be helpful, right? Like, someone will be able to benefit off of that, Chrono himself or like a teammate. Different problem at a different time. I mean, now we don't even need to heal, but we have the energy to do it, so we might as well. Instead of leaving that lying around. Event? Your party is suddenly interrupted by a call from Verius. I see you've tossed one of our DNA exchanger machines. These can help you make yourself more you. Zoe? So these are like the big switchy around things. The same ones that you get when you make a new character. Like they're the really big transformative ones. Oh. Oh. Fuck buffing, I take movement. I don't think I do that, like, I don't even do that on most characters, but I do it specifically on Zoe, huh? Chrono? Chrono? Listen to me, Chrono. Listen to me, okay? I know Sylvia's big and scary. And I know she throws daggers by the seashore. I know she throws a lot of daggers. But I just need you to roll really well, okay? You hear me? You hear me, Chrono? I just need you to profile twice in a row. Alright? Once this turn, once next turn. That's all you need to do, okay? So, we take these. And we just roll a shield. That's exactly it, Chrono. That's exactly it. You got this. I so fucking believe in you, dude. Now, the important part of this plan is that you do need to do that again next turn. If you don't, she just wins and we're fucked. She shivs by the seashore, exactly. Okay, we're gonna fast forward real quick, because by definition this is gonna be nothing for a while. She gets like a lot of good opportunities here, huh? I will saturate for this. She got one. Okay. Right. Chrono? Get him. Okay, so that's not quite the brief. You didn't quite... I'm gonna keep this chroma icon here. I'm gonna keep this fucking chroma icon. That's how much I believe. Good thing I kept it. Chrono, end them. Fourteen to 1. Oh, beautiful. Oh, we get 2 or die, by the way. Yeah, alright. So now you see how Chrono's supposed to work? What the hell did I just watch? Domination. We can leave the last one to her? I'm going to, because I don't want to move there. Oh, never mind. I really like the thing that randomly applies exposed. That's nifty. We found all the movement. Hold up. Kill secure. Okay, Chrono. Oh, and then we donked her for good measure. 15 to 1, baby. Look at that smug fucking grin. Let's go, Chrono. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I know we can take this, but I want to get through this and out. Splatters, huh? The splatters are back. The music in this game is so good, dude. Alright, Chrono. You know your job. You know your job. That's not your job. That's kind of your job. So we're just gonna immediately fuck this up, huh? Wait, this kills? Wait a second! Oh my god, I'm a moron. I am the stupidest man that has ever lived. Behold me, almighty. The dumbest fuck to have ever walked the earth. Deal 26 damage to a single enemy within 8 tiles. Afterwards, deal all damage taken by that enemy to all other enemies of that type. I was like, okay, so we kill this guy because of exposed, and then everyone else takes 26. No. No, that's not what happens. We kill everyone. Yeah. So unfortunately that required the usage of everything we had. But we do get to do this. And then we step back because there's a lot of bats about to come in. Damage dealt, damage taken. Yep. Killing all the bats would have also been powerful. Yeah, I was oscillating between the two, Ringsong. I don't know what's right there, but the bats are easier to kill. So I figured, hey, take advantage of that now, be happy. But yeah, like, you pick one of the two, huh? One of the two is correct. Let's go roll for a shield. We didn't get it. That's alright. We got that instead. We just get to donk this idiot. Oh, fuck, dude. This is fun. I do like that the game allows your skills to feel powerful. Exactly. Exactly. This is a problem I have with, like, quite a few games where the balancing is done in such a way that as a player, you never really feel in charge and in power. That's usually when it gets really bad, right? Obviously, you need your players to like stay in check and not go completely off. But you should always feel like you are doing something. Hiya. Wood is saturating, by the way. I don't give a shit. I do not care. There we go. And it's really tough to do that, by the way. It's really, really tough to balance like that. To like still make the game a challenge, to like still make the player feel like they're expressing whatever skill that is required of them within that game. But also allow them to feel powerful at the same time. It's a gap that's not quite as easily bridged as you might hope. So far, Gambit has done an excellent job at exactly that. Like, there are enough fights that I look at and go like, oh god, how is that gonna work? But then, because of quite ridiculous skill combinations, you get to just go off. It has hit that line very neatly so far. The important point is this so far. Because this always gets weird. Funnily enough, I'm rerolling for exactly movement. There it is. Fuck it, do it again. Wait. We have leftover movement. I love the movement system in this. Hiya! Easy. The balance between challenge and power is very hard to maintain and varies from player to player. You're absolutely right, Effort. You're absolutely right. I think what makes you feel powerful, there's a certain type of mechanical interaction that makes everyone feel powerful, right? Like I think getting to nuke half the map like this will do that for any player type. But different players obviously like enjoy doing different things in games. It's absolutely right. Reroll all abilities once per level. Good. It's really, really tough to do both. It's tough to do one of the two things, right? It's tough to like make your players feel powerful, and it's also tough to balance. It's even harder to do both of them. Chrono is so fucking busted right now, it's not even funny. Buff power feels great. Die power plus HP. We're getting to 70 die power, which means we always have 7 die. And that's exactly what we're looking for. God, this character has been fantastic. And speaking of Chrono, you are the best duckling. Exactly. This game is near perfect, could only possibly improve with the addition of a HOMS or 3 dozen. We've talked about a bunch of the issues that it has today already. And hey, Ori, good afternoon, good evening. Like, there's a bunch of issues that it has. I think the stamina system, like, is kind of shoehorned and feels bad most of the time. I don't like half of my level ups. Half of my level ups are like either minor stat points or minor stat points that also require me to lose other stats. That part feels like shit. I don't like either of these things. And they are definitely where the game is weakest. They're definitely where the game is weakest. You could add full voice actor here, Neil Newborn, Ben Starr, and Jennifer English and everything. Yeah. Jen Suzuka, she's gotten closer to 10k. Nice, nice. Chrono, good progress. Also, different games aim for different levels of power. Some games want to let the player feel powerful. Other games, like, say, Battle Brothers, always want the player to feel like they're the underdog. The problem with that is that Battle Brothers, for example, could do with more moments where you feel like you're in charge, right? Like, Battle Brothers could do with more moments where, like, yeah, all of your management, all of that shit has paid off. It never does, which is one of the reasons why I don't like Battle Brothers, right? Not, the entire game doesn't have to be a power trip, but Battle Brothers, A, I hate the way it looks. I fucking hate the aesthetic. B, I don't like the setting. This low fantasy bullshit can fuck right off. And C, the lack of moments where you get paid off directly for the effort you put in could do with being increased, right? But you're absolutely right, Ringsong, you're absolutely right. Different games aim for different levels of powers, right? Think of like horror games, where oftentimes the idea is that you feel weak because that way it's easier to feel fear, right? Those games thrive on withholding power from you, on letting you express like wit through different means other than through might. Perfectly fine, right? If you're within like turn-based tactics and you're doing like grid-based fight thing tactics, you need there to be powerful moments, right? Like you need these to exist. But you do need to counter that with interesting encounters that require you to show that dominance. And that's hard to do. That's really, really, really hard to do. It is a hella balancing act. And more games get it wrong than not, right? Look at XCOM, for example. XCOM is a game that kind of does exactly that, right? Like, I've never felt powerless in XCOM, right? Well, in new XCOM anyway, for XCOM. I've never felt powerless in those games. In fact, I've been power tripping from start to finish. Where XCOM fails isn't letting the player feel that power, because every upgrade you get, every new addition you get, makes you go stupid. Where XCOM fails is making those power trips interesting. Right? Like, the amount of meaningful choices you get to make when it comes to character progression, specifically in XCOM, is minuscule. Fucking minuscule. Whereas in a game like Troubleshooter, haha, we got there! Whereas in a game like Troubleshooter, not only can you power trip for almost the entire playthrough, but it is almost exclusively because of the decisions you make. Not narratively, not in combat. Let's assume that you need to be decent at the game to do both. And in XCOM, that's still true, right? XCOM's in-combat decision-making is fine. The thing that I always lament about it is its out-of-combat decision-making, which is trivial and kind of boring as fuck. In Troubleshooter, because the customization is so out of this world stupid, the way that you power trip through specific missions or the way that you experience your interaction with what your characters can do is almost exactly based on a payoff due to you dealing with the mastery system in a correct way, right? Which is wonderful. It's a system feeding into another system. At the same time, they introduced robots. Now, where Troubleshooter fails is in its end game and its latest DLC, where they go off of that fine balance of here is a challenge and here is the power, and instead go, well, let's introduce enemies that directly counter the thing that our player base has been doing, because otherwise they're not going to have any fun, leading to no one having fun. I will always hold that Bitrons were stupid, and I will even more so hold that monkeys are the worst enemy they ever introduced. I can live with Bitrons eventually because Osok meta was kind of shit, sure. But the monkey garbage with the anti-hits, with all of the force dodging, with the payoff for dodges, bottom tier. As much as I was looking forward to the Misty DLC failed, and it boils down exactly to that mechanic, right? All of a sudden, there was no more power, and what the enemy was doing to us felt hella fucking cheap. It still does, by the way, that never changed. And it didn't feel like you really had much input on that. Blah. Be that as it may, everybody. Be that as it may. Zoop! Button! Button! I'd like to argue that the entire game has been that a bit, like early mid-game passive preventing one-shots. To be honest, I kind of see where you're coming from, Ori, but... The reason why that didn't matter to me as much, Ori, is because that never felt cheap, because that's the way that we got the game, right? Like, you got into early game, and then enemies had, I forgot the name of the thing, you can only take 50% of max health in damage at a time. But you got to do the same thing, right? Like, you got to do the same thing. That's what kept your Albus alive most of the time. It wasn't a case of, here is like some tutorial mission, go play, and then the developers adding the next patch in direct response to what the players were doing. That's why the Misty DLC feels so shit, because They looked at the meta. Here's what people are building in order to like run through the game. What can we do that counters exactly that directly? That's what felt so cheap about it. No. The design path wasn't something that just showed up out of nowhere. For early and mid game, it kind of was. The first time we really saw this was on Bitruns. Right? What I dislike about RimWorld's balancing? Yeah, it's not fantastic, huh? I don't know. All things equal, everybody. That is gonna do it for today. That's gonna be it for today. Stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Where are we going? I'm going to swing this X in the proper direction this time, yeah. Yeah. I need to, like, learn to close this, when we, finish the talking section at the start. Because it's just been running in the background. I love the changes that Milo made to it. Milo did so bloody well. The patch did really, really well. Let's see where we going. Where are we going? Oh, a lot of people online today. What the fuck? A lot of people online. I don't want to jump in on any, like, Gamescom events. I don't give a shit. Oh, God! Oh, no. I know exactly where we're going. Oh, no. Liko streaming Grandia. Liko streaming Grandia 2. Oh. Oh, oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Grandia 2. Everyone, be normal. Everyone be normal. For those of you that don't know, Grandia 2 is literally my favorite game of all time. That is my FF7. Grandia 2 is my everything. I fucking love this game to bits. Ducklings, we're going back on Thursday. Thursday's Uma. We might stream tomorrow. We might do some Umaing tomorrow. But that depends on how the family feels. If my kids have other plans for tomorrow and I'm bored to death, then we're streaming tomorrow. If they don't, then I'm spending family time tomorrow. The wife of Valmar? Yeah, we'll use that one. We'll use that one. Thank you, Kensei. We need more dice for Valmar. That's a good one as well. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.